brand here with me today that has 850 plus stores across 50 plus countries. They have produced 107 plus million products in 2023. I'm talking about Lush, an ethical beauty brand that's gearing up to celebrate their 30th anniversary. And today I have with me Anita Baker, Managing Director MENA for Lush, joining us at RetailME TV. Welcome to RetailME TV, Anita.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Anita, Lush doesn't need an introduction. We know all about Lush. And some of us love the brand. Most of us probably. But can you tell us some factors, some values that actually differentiate Lush from peers within the same segment?
Absolutely. I've worked for the brand for 17 years and it becomes part of my DNA, the values of what Lush stands for. I think one of the most important things that I see at Lush is that we have a really closed loop or full control over what we do. So when you say people know Lush, absolutely, people know us for those smelly bath bombs or the soaps that look like cheese. But actually getting deeper than that and understanding, we're more than just a soap company, and we do actually class ourselves as trying to create a bit of a cosmetics revolution on the high street. So for us, inventing our products is really, really key. So we don't source any of our products from any other companies, which is really, really unusual in the cosmetic space. So, we have our inventors sat in pool and ideas coming from our staff and our customers from around the world. And
I must stop you there for just a second and tell you that it is so interesting, the facts and the inventors' details that you have behind each product.
Absolutely, yes.
It's just fascinating, their favorite products and what their inspiration was behind creating a certain product. It's really nice.
Well, actually, I think that's really key actually for the inventors is to listen to customers because one of our, key targets that we're striving for is to make sure that we have a product for every need.
Yeah.
So that's not just looking at just mass market, let's just throw product out there. No, it's making sure we're listening and we're covering everything from your scalp through to your skin, through to the right tips of your toes. So we really do have something for everything on your body. But really, we're developing that much more into the mind and the soul as well. So we do truly believe that when you're taking a bath, okay, you're cleaning your body, but actually taking that time for yourself, those lovely essential oils that are coming through, really do change your state of mind. And that development has continued to happen with, we've developed a set of magnesium range now. So obviously magnesium we know is great for sleep, great for restless legs, great for athletes. So applying that topically to the skin is actually probably one of the best ways that you can absorb it in your body.
Right.
So that's really come about. But interestingly, Helen, who's one of our founders, she is a runner. So she felt she didn't have a product for what she needed. And so again, that really comes about through that invention. I think to follow that through of invention is that we always try where possible to not have it in any packaging. So it'll always be normally the first question, can we make it naked? Can we make it a solid? Can we get it out there? Not only so that we don't have to have the packaging, it just looks more interesting. Sure. Customers are able to pick it up. They're really able to feel it, prior to purchasing, which is really, that's what it's all about in our store. Pick the products up, give them a smell. So I think invention's really key for us and that control. I think the perfumery is also really important. I just touched on that a minute ago. So how perfume can make you feel, and your mental health, and you're bringing you back to places that bring back happy memories is really, really key for us, and attributing those memories to fragrance.
And very interesting names, Dirty.
Dirty, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, and that is a range that we have many products.
Yeah.
You know, so, and again, we do like to be playful. You know, the names are, you know, obviously you're not, you know, it's a playful way of, you know,
No.
because the idea is that, you know, if you don't want to shower that morning, give yourself a spray and it's spearmint, it's fresh, you know, and it's like you've had a shower.
Haven't we all done that at least once?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we all do it from time to time. But yeah, we like that playful element to come through, and the namings and the perfumes, you know, we do invent those all in-house. And again, I know for people maybe not in the industry, they might not understand that, but it's extremely unusual for a cosmetics brand to have all of their perfumery blended and invented in-house. Mm-hmm. We actually have 2 nose perfumers in Lush, which is a really lovely thing for us to have. Is like a memory for people when they're getting married, for example, you know, so they all have lovely stories attached to them.
Absolutely. And I'll take that as cue for my next question. You know, having a brand DNA is extremely crucial, but it's also incredibly important to stay true to that DNA, especially at a time when we are seeing a lot of brands from the same segment facing turbulent times, you know. How do you manage to balance the brand DNA and still stay on the path of profitability? And I'm not only talking about the region, but globally.
Globally, yeah, of course. I think that globally, wage pressures are a huge pressure on a lot of companies, especially in the retail sector, you know, and the fact that we're a handmade product as well. So our wage bills are huge, you know. But I think what's important is we do commit to always trying to pay above the minimum in countries. So in some countries we have something called the Living Wage Foundation, which we're paying a living wage for. Lots of countries it doesn't exist. Here in the Middle East, we've tried to benchmark that ourselves. So if I can give you an example, all of our full-time staff in the UAE only work 5 days a week, which is very, very unusual. So as much as there's wage pressures and there's, you know, landlord rents and things like that, we have really tried to stay true to our values of kindness to our staff as much as, you know, they're just as important as the environment and animals and everything else. Like, it really is key to us. I think when people come to our stores, you know, they expect that 5-star customer service, and therefore you need people, because quite often it's not about just selling to a person, it's understanding what they've been doing today. And you know, and we do have a lot of people write into our customer service say, you know, I didn't buy anything in your store today, but the staff was so wonderful and they cheered me up, you know. And I think that's a testament to what we're trying to stay true to. If we take it right back to years ago, when you had a grocery and a bakery that you would go and visit every day, they became your best friend.
Absolutely.
And they knew you so well, didn't they? And we do try and run our stores like that, and our managers are encouraged to run those stores as much as they can, like it's their own their own store. So creating their own in-store parties, having their own communities, I guess, within the stores.
Yes.
I would also say that we're actively actually pushing in a different direction to a lot of other cosmetics brands. So you'll notice from the marketing that you see from the big players in the market, it's a lot of chemicals, a lot of sort of not new inventions, but it's really pushing sort of one way in terms of scientific.
Yeah.
We're actually pushing the other way. More traditional, more natural. So we're actually going back through a lot of our formulations and trying to remove as much preservative as possible. Most of our products on our shelf actually only have a 14-month use-by date, and we have an even shorter shelf date that we're allowed to sell it.
Yeah.
And you'll know from being in our stores, we have some of our fresh face masks that are on the ice.
Yes.
So again, they only last sort of a month.
Yeah.
So taking us right back to our roots of herbal medicine, herbal remedies, trying to really remove as much of those preservatives as possible, even if that means reducing the shelf life.
Yes.
But it means that what you're putting on your skin is obviously mimicking more, the nature and natural ingredients and natural effects that you would want on your skin. So, for example, we know things like honey, are traditionally antiseptic, using more of those in some of our products.
Yes.
So actually at the moment our moisturisers have all been reformulated to be what we're called self-preserving.
Okay.
Self-preserving meaning the natural ingredients that are already in there will preserve the product. It doesn't need additional preserving ingredients.
Oh, wonderful. And I would think that with consumers becoming more and more mindful, more and more aware of how different ingredients can have an impact on their skin and the whole body, this would be something that they would relate to, more holistic and more natural. And the definition itself, because unfortunately there's greenwashing is a very real problem in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
So again, there too, staying true to the brand values is so important, so critical.
Absolutely. I think our statistics, I think we say about 80% of the fruit and vegetables that go into our products are organic.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not 100%. It's extremely difficult to say 100% of whatever you do is organic or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. We're at that 80%, which is a really good benchmark for us to have.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're really proud of that.
Anita, we were just talking about something that I found really interesting. The fact that Lush actually decided very consciously to move away from social media at a time when this particular medium is a very vital one for any brand's communication strategy.
Absolutely.
How has that decision impacted business?
It's been tough, and I am being honest. It was a decision that we made relatively quickly, actually. So I wouldn't say necessarily all of the countries were prepared for a change in direction on that. However, I think it comes back to, again, the core values of our business. So, we treat our suppliers with kindness, we treat our staff with kindness, we treat the animals with kindness. And I think what we wanted to make sure was that our customers who are using social media, that they are also being looked after. So we felt that stepping away from that was the right thing to do. We felt that particularly young people are not necessarily protected from the AI and the social, the more, I guess, downside of social media, without going into too much detail. But, we all know probably people that have been affected by seeing things online and how that's impacted them in their lives. And we feel like if we're going to partner with or work with companies online, they also should be doing their best to protect people. So, it was a decision we made. But to be honest with you, we'd got a bit lazy, I think, with our marketing. So, we'll just put a post up on Instagram or, we think that's going to be our marketing. Yeah. So I've actually really relished coming away from social media, because it was right, what are we going to do? And we have really gone back to a lot of traditional methods. So we have something called the Lush Times, which is like a catalogue.
Okay.
It's like a newspaper. A lot of people thought newspapers would die out, and maybe they have, but catalogues, IKEA still probably have their catalogues.
Oh yeah, so popular, right?
Exactly, yeah. So having it on your coffee table, having it in your loo, giving it to a friend.
And just those narratives, right?
Absolutely, and making it fun. So rather than just saying, hey, here's a perfume or here's a body lotion, it gives us a way to go deeper into those products, tell a bit of a story, have a customer interact. So we have competitions in the magazines, we have customers draw pictures, and sometimes we publish them in there. So it's really getting back to sort of that community building. So we do that. We've been working really hard on collaborations, so working with TV programs. We've just done the Bridgerton collaboration. We've done One Piece. We've done Mario.
What's the next one?
Shrek. And then I can't tell you what the next one is, but we will be launching in July, which traditionally we called that plastic-free July.
Okay.
So last year we did the SpongeBob collaboration, so none of it was packaged.
Yeah.
This year it's also going to be completely naked.
Okay.
But instead of calling it Plastic-Free July, it's going to be just a theme of plastic-free. So we just want to really keep that more sort of an evergreen 12-month conversation with our customers.
Wonderful.
But it is going to be really exciting. And there's also lots of other collaborations coming later in the year as well.
Really wonderful to know.
Yeah, it's
And
so exciting.
just thinking outside the box and thinking differently, what can be done.
I think what's really lovely is because we're handmade and because we're so creative,
Yeah.
we're able to work with whoever it is we're working with to create these really exciting products and really quite different, because a lot of other brands will just stick a label on a pot. We're able to create different shapes, different molds, and really sort of bring that their brand to life, but through our products.
Absolutely. And the stories, they're so incredible. And this is a good point to jump into your ESG goals as well as growth goals for 2025.
Okay, so for us, one of our key ethos, like I've said, is giving back to communities. So we launched Charity Pot in 2007 and we've raised about £74 million for what we call grassroots charities. So grassroots being, we don't really ever donate more than around £10,000.
Okay.
And they can go to like individuals or small groups of people, but really that money makes a really big difference to them and what they're doing. So we donate money across our pillars, which is obviously human kindness, animal protection and environmental sort of environmental campaigning or protection. And that has been such a great thing for us to do, to be able to say, you buy this product and everything but the VAT we donate to charitable causes is wonderful. And I would encourage anyone who's watching this today, if you are an individual or somebody who's involved in activism or campaigning or wanting to make a change or looking after what you want to do, your passion, please do write into the Charity Pot application process.
Do at least look into it.
Absolutely, yeah, because we funded, I think it's something like 15,000 projects so far. Right. So we really are trying to make a difference to all of these little different communities. So I think Charity Pot is staying at the heart of what we do.
Yeah.
In terms of, we're continuing to obviously work with our suppliers. That's a big thing for us. So making what they do closed loop. So a really good example of that is a lot of nuts and oils that get purchased. Normally what happens is the farmer will sell them to somebody else to refine on their behalf. But obviously what happens at every part of that process, somebody takes money out of that process. So, giving a presser or to a farmer to be able to do that themselves not only means they get to keep more of the money, actually the off guards that they have with the nutshells, they're able to use that for something else. So it either goes into the ground to fertilise the soil, or it would be used to feed the animals that they live off. So it's really about looking at how we can create those closed loops. And I think that also feeds into the packaging that we do use. So we have something in the UK called the Green Hub, and it is in the UK at the moment because you obviously need some mass volumes to do what we do.
Sure.
But essentially what we're doing is for every piece of packaging you bring back to a store, we give you 50p in the UK. Here we will give you 5 dirhams.
Yes.
And then we take that packaging and it comes back to Pool, it gets washed, it gets chipped, and it actually gets moulded back into black pots.
Wow.
So it really, when we talk about closed loop, I have seen it with my own eyes, like it's amazing. So to be able to say to customers, bring it back, we'll make it into a new pot for you, but we'll also give you some money to thank you for doing that.
It's a great incentive.
Exactly. Right. So when we're talking about loyalty schemes, that really is the Lush loyalty scheme. We reward you for doing your recycling. Here, obviously, we don't ship ours back to the UK, but we ensure that it goes into the local recycling here. And like I said, you get 5 dirhams off of every pot, so it's off of every for everyone you bring back.
Yes, and that's very exciting. Now, what's also exciting is our last segment, which I call the Retail Rapidfire. We'll keep it very short and easy peasy. Right? I'm going to start out with one beauty regime that you follow without fail every day.
Okay, so I use a product called Ultra Bland. I think it has only 7 ingredients in it. It was invented off a really old herbal recipe, but it's essentially like a cold cream, but using oil to clean your skin.
Okay.
It's absolutely amazing. It would be my desert island product that I would take with me because I can use it for lots of other things as well. But absolutely for keeping your skin clean. It's very, very simple and very, although it's an oil, it actually is quite light on your skin, but it's a beautiful product. And it's one of our original products as well.
Wonderful. Staying with Lush, how many bath bombs do you produce every year?
Oh my goodness, I think it's over 100 million, I think. Yeah,
I would believe so.
There's a lot.
So popular.
Yeah,
right?
So it's amazing when you see the guys at Christmas all pressing by hand. Honestly, they're
incredible, right?
They're rapid fire. They're absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
One product from Lush that's a must try for everyone.
Oh, wow, that's a hard one. For everyone, I would probably recommend something like a Dream Cream. So again, it's a really iconic product for us, but it's so lovely on the skin, great for eczema, great for sensitive skin, tested to make sure that it's really, really natural and fine for sensitive skin, which we're really proud because we've been telling our customers and our customers have been telling us that for years, but it's lovely to finally have that seal of approval. So yeah.
Can you summarize Lush in one word?
For me personally, I feel empowered. Not only, obviously, taking it back to my job, absolutely, I feel empowered, but the knowledge that I've learned through working through Lush and all the different environmental issues that I've learned about, it makes me full of knowledge, and I think knowledge is power, isn't it? When we know more about anything that we're doing, we're able to make better decisions. It doesn't mean you need to believe it, doesn't mean you don't need to follow it, but knowing it, I think is really empowering, and I find that I pass that knowledge on to a lot of my friends as well, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much once again, Anita, for joining us on RetailME TV. It's been a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.